Airport security isn't just about keeping you safe. There are hidden rules, secret codes, and sneaky policies that could cost you time, money, and dignity. Ever noticed strange markings on your boarding pass? Or watched as a TSA agent rummaged through your belongings while your valuables sat exposed on the other side of the scanner? Last month, I watched in shock as security footage revealed TSA officers stealing cash directly from passengers' bags. Not just a few isolated incidents, but a systematic pattern that's been documented across major airports nationwide. The worst part? Most travelers have no idea they're being targeted. Those TSA agents with seemingly unlimited power, they're hiding something. From the real meaning behind those mysterious boarding pass scribbles to their secret language for profiling you, I've uncovered 17 TSA secrets that will completely change how you navigate airport security. Secret 1. TSA agents have less power than you think. Let's clear something up. TSA agents aren't law enforcement officers. They don't have unlimited authority, and they can't just do whatever they want. Flying back from Denver last year, I firmly but politely refused to hand over my passport to be placed in the screening bin. The agent insisted this was mandatory procedure. When I asked the simple question, "Is this a requirement or just a request?" the agent's demeanor completely changed. He admitted I could keep my passport on my person throughout screening. Here's what TSA agents can do: check your boarding pass, scan your luggage, and direct you through security. But what they can't do is force you to unlock your phone, demand your laptop password, or make you surrender your ID. Most importantly, TSA agents cannot arrest you. If they believe there's a security issue, they must call actual airport police. They have zero authority to place you in handcuffs themselves. The next time a TSA agent tries to overstep, remember to politely ask whether what they're requesting is an actual requirement or simply their preference. Their answer might surprise you. Secret number 2. They can't cause you pain during pat-downs. TSA agents are absolutely prohibited from causing you pain during a pat-down, regardless of what they might claim about security protocols. I witnessed a female traveler firmly inform a male TSA supervisor that pressing too hard on her lower abdomen could trigger severe pain due to a medical condition. Before the female agent conducting the pat-down could respond, her male supervisor interrupted with, "She will use the amount of pressure she needs to." The traveler immediately countered, "No, she won't. She is not allowed to physically injure me." The supervisor backed down instantly. The female agent ended up asking if she could use light pressure, and the screening proceeded without incident. If you have a medical condition, sensitive areas, or chronic pain, you have the absolute right to inform agents and request appropriate accommodation. Don't let them convince you otherwise. Secret number 3. They're watching your body language. TSA isn't just focused on what's in your bags. They're analyzing you. Have you heard of SPOT training? It stands for Screening of Passengers by Observation Techniques. TSA agents receive specialized training to evaluate your behavior for signs of deception or nervousness. What might get you flagged? Avoiding eye contact, excessive fidgeting, sweating, or looking anxious. During a business trip, I was pulled aside for additional screening, despite clearing the metal detector without issue. Later, an agent confided I'd been flagged for avoidance behavior, simply because I was looking down at my phone checking flight details rather than making eye contact with surveillance cameras. The absurdity is that nearly everyone experiences some degree of anxiety during airport security screenings. Yet TSA's behavior detection program treats normal nervousness as potential evidence of criminal intent. Secret number 4. Emotional distress can get you flagged. Showing visible emotion at the airport, that alone might get you pulled aside for extra scrutiny. A young woman traveling alone from Athens after visiting her partner was visibly upset about leaving. Nothing in her bags triggered alarms, yet she was subjected to additional screening. The reason? TSA flagged her as a potential human trafficking victim or drug courier based solely on her emotional state. This happened to me after my grandmother's funeral last year. Still grieving, I was pulled aside Metro for behavioral indicators that warranted additional screening. The agents were looking for signs that I might be under duress or coercion, when in reality, I was simply mourning a loved one. The message is clear. In TSA's eyes, visible emotional distress makes you suspicious. If you're feeling emotional at the airport, you might want to compose yourself before approaching security unless you're prepared for potential extra scrutiny. Secret number 5, the mysterious SSSS code on your boarding pass. Ever notice strange markings on your boarding pass after TSA checks it? Most are just agent initials, but if you see SSSS, prepare for a comprehensive screening experience. Those 4 letters mean you've been designated for secondary security screening selection. You'll receive a full-body pat-down, thorough bag search, and potentially additional questioning before being allowed to board. Last month, I received this designation without explanation. My security process took 3 times longer than normal. A TSA agent later unofficially mentioned that last-minute ticket changes or one-way purchases often trigger these flags in their system. The troubling part? You won't know you've been flagged until you're already at the airport. Always check your boarding pass after it's printed or issued. That SSSS code means you should arrive at least 30 minutes earlier than you'd planned. Secret 6. They have secret codes to talk about passengers. TSA agents use coded language to communicate about travelers without their knowledge. These aren't security protocols. They're often personal comments about your appearance or behavior. A former TSA employee revealed to me that "Bravo" is sometimes used to alert colleagues about an attractive passenger, while "Yellow" might indicate someone who seems nervous or suspicious. There's an entire internal vocabulary that passengers never learn. Have you ever walked through security and noticed 2 agents exchange glances while looking in your direction? That silent communication likely included an assessment of you that had nothing to do with security threats. Secret 7. Making jokes can get you flagged. TSA agents aren't exactly known for their sense of humor, especially when the joke is at their expense. A fellow traveler spotted a woman with a cat in a pet carrier at security. When TSA instructed her to remove the cat for screening, he casually joked, "What are you going to do, give it a CAT scan?" The people around him laughed. TSA not amused. I made a similar mistake at LaGuardia, quipping about the shoe removal process feeling like temporary prison within earshot of an agent. On that same flight, I received an unusually thorough screening, including having every page of my book examined individually. The lesson is simple. Save your comedy routine for after clearing security. Secret 8. Their disturbing Facebook group. In 2019, a private TSA Facebook group with 18,000 members was exposed. The content wasn't just unprofessional venting, it contained racist comments, mockery of passengers with disabilities, and even jokes about harming travelers. This wasn't just a few bad agents. Thousands of TSA employees participated in this forum, sharing offensive content about the very passengers they were supposed to protect. The most disturbing part? Most kept their jobs despite this behavior coming to light. I've personally observed agents making inappropriate comments about elderly passengers struggling to navigate the screening process. This culture of disrespect makes it clear that the uniform doesn't guarantee professionalism. Secret 9. Those body scanners used to show everything. Before 2013, TSA body scanners didn't just check for weapons. They displayed detailed naked images of passengers to security agents. The original backscatter X-ray machines produced images so graphic that agents in separate rooms viewed what was essentially an unfiltered picture of your body. Only after significant public outcry and privacy lawsuits did TSA transition to the current gingerbread man outline system that uses automatic threat detection. I spoke with a former TSA agent who worked during this era, who confirmed the discomfort many officers felt viewing these images, especially of children and the elderly. The fact that this system was ever implemented shows how little regard was initially given to passenger dignity and privacy. Secret 10. They won't take responsibility for lost or damaged items, had something disappear or break during screening. Don't expect TSA to accept responsibility. Their official stance, not their problem. My laptop was dropped and severely damaged while going through the scanner at O'Hare last fall. I filed a claim on the spot, providing evidence of the damage and the device's value. TSA's initial offer? $150 for a $1,200 laptop. I eventually received $800 after 3 months of persistent appeals and additional documentation. Even when agents break your electronics, crack your suitcase, or misplace your belongings, getting fair compensation is an uphill battle. The claims process is notoriously slow, bureaucratic, and typically ends with rejection or lowball offers. Secret 11. TSA agents have been caught red-handed stealing cash, electronics, and jewelry from passengers' luggage. NBC News released security footage from Miami International Airport showing TSA officers rifling through passengers' belongings and pocketing money. A former TSA agent at JFK admitted to me that theft was far more common than officially reported, with certain terminals and shifts known among staff for higher rates of shrinkage. I've personally spoken with travelers who had valuables disappear during screening with no explanation or recourse. The most common items stolen: cash, expensive headphones, and small electronics that can be easily concealed and resold. Secret 12. Your checked luggage isn't secure. Think your checked bag is safe and secure? Think again. TSA scans every checked bag, and if they spot something suspicious, they will open it without you present. They can cut locks, tear through plastic wrapping, and physically search approximately 5% of all checked luggage. If TSA opens your bag, they're supposed to leave a notice inside. But here's the troubling reality. If your lock is broken and there's no notice, someone else likely went through your belongings. After a flight to Las Vegas in May, I found my TSA lock intact but no inspection notice, yet my belongings had clearly been rummaged through. When I reported this to the airline, they explained that non-TSA baggage handlers have access to checked luggage at multiple points before reaching the destination. Secret 13. How to protect valuables during screening. With people rushing, security bins moving quickly, and dozens of hands grabbing belongings simultaneously, wallets, phones, and jewelry can disappear in seconds. I witnessed a passenger at Atlanta Airport place his phone, wallet, and smartwatch in a separate bin, then be directed to step through a secondary metal detector. In those few seconds, a man quickly grabbed his phone and walked away. Fortunately, another passenger witnessed the theft and alerted security before the thief escaped. To protect valuables, place them inside your carry-on before getting in line. Use a quart-sized Ziploc bag for pocket items like wallet, keys, phone, and loose change, then keep that bag inside your carry-on until the last possible moment. When traveling with companions, stagger your positions in line. Have one person go through first to watch the bins while the other follows. Solo travelers should send shoes and liquids through first, with valuable electronics in the last bin to minimize their time unattended. Secret 14. Hidden baggage fees that drain your wallet. You've booked what seems like a great flight deal, only to arrive at the airport and discover you're paying extra just to bring a bag. Even worse, if your carry-on is slightly oversized, you'll face an even higher fee. Airlines count on travelers being unprepared and confused by constantly changing luggage policies. Last summer, I witnessed a family forced to pay $350 in unexpected baggage fees because their personal items were deemed slightly too large by a gate agent using an undersized measurement bin. Always measure and weigh your bags at home before flying. Check baggage policies for each connecting flight separately, as the strictest airlines rules will apply to your entire journey. And whenever possible, Prepay for checked bags online to receive significant discounts compared to airport rates. Secret 15. Those sizing bins aren't always accurate. Ever experienced that moment of panic when a gate agent asks you to test your carry-on in the sizing bin? You push and shove, but somehow it doesn't quite fit. Here's the industry secret. Some airport sizing bins are actually smaller than the airline's official carry-on dimensions. I discovered this discrepancy when flying through last year. My bag, which perfectly matched American Airlines' published dimensions, wouldn't fit in their gate sizer. When I questioned this and showed the agent my measurements, she admitted some of their older sizing bins were indeed smaller than current standards. If your bag meets the airline's published size limits, stand your ground politely. Take screenshots of the official dimensions from the airline's website before traveling. If challenged, calmly show that your bag complies with the airline's own published guidelines. Secret 16. Why rude agents don't get fired. Ever had an unpleasant encounter with a rude TSA agent? Don't expect them to face consequences. Once TSA agents pass their 2-year probation period, they become extremely difficult to terminate. The union protection and bureaucratic complaint process mean that most passenger grievances result in little to no action. Unless an agent commits a serious criminal offense, their job security is virtually guaranteed. During my investigation into this issue, multiple current and former TSA employees confirmed that even agents with numerous complaints about unprofessional behavior remained employed for years without meaningful disciplinary action. Secret 17. When TSA actually does have a sense of humor. Despite everything we've discussed, TSA occasionally shows a surprising sense of humor. Their Instagram account showcases bizarre items confiscated at security, from nunchucks and swords to more unusual finds like a horse, an eagle, and a whole turkey, captioned with dad jokes that are so bad they're actually entertaining. Most TSA agents are just regular people doing their jobs within a flawed system. They don't create the rules, but must enforce them while dealing with frustrated travelers all day. I've encountered genuinely helpful agents who've gone above and beyond to assist elderly travelers, families with children, and passengers with disabilities. These positive interactions rarely make headlines, but happen daily across American airports. That said, knowing these secrets will help you navigate security more efficiently and protect yourself from potential issues. Play by the rules while understanding their limitations. Keep your cool, and you'll minimize the chance of turning your checkpoint visit into an ordeal. Which of these secrets surprised you the most? Have you experienced any of these situations during your travels? Drop a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more insider travel tips that the industry doesn't want you to know.